The Everyman Podcast.
Everyman Podcast. It's a me, Mario.
It's a me, the Everyman.
Yeah,
DC, Daryl Campbell. What's up, bro?
Dude, it's a glorious day. My boats hit the floor this morning, so it means I can still keep sailing.
Blessed and highly favored.
And I'm with my brother Jay, man.
Listen,
can't go wrong.
if you're hearing the sounds of our voice, it can only mean one thing. Happy Wednesday. Happy Everyman Day.
Yeah, dog.
Welcome to another episode of the Everyman Podcast. We are your hosts, Brother Jay, DC, Daryl Campbell. And as you can see here, if you're watching this here podcast on YouTube, me and Daryl are not in the same spot, but
We're not.
he's right here.
But we're still together.
And he's right here. Okay? I see him. I feel him. I'm with him.
I feel, therefore I am.
I'm doing a mime here.
Is that,
I got to work on my miming. That's a thing you got to go to school for.
really?
I've always been fascinated by that. Yeah, like clown school, like the clowning.
Institute.
Yeah, you go to the CTI, the Clown Institute of Technology. But there's clown school, mime school. That's a real deal thing, man.
What was the movie with Ben Stiller and he was a model?
Oh, Zoolander. Yeah.
Zoolander.
It's a classic.
Institute for ants.
For ants. That's a classic. That's another one of those films. If you ever say, hey, man, maybe we should make a sequel 20 years later, see Zoolander 2 or Anchorman 2 as reasons you don't. Anytime they talk about, they're going to make a Step Brothers 2, I say, pump the brakes, champ.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. Let's not ruin what we have.
Boats and hoes.
Exactly. Well, they can only go down from there, you know.
Can't get any better.
Bro, right off the bat.
Yeah, do it.
You know,
Hit me with it.
last week we had Tommy Rogers from Between the Buried and Me on the podcast, and
yes,
it was awesome. Okay,
awesome.
Not only was it an awesome conversation, but the amount of love and positivity we received from all over the world. You know,
so much, dude.
I'm talking Reddit DMs, Discord, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, thank you guys so much for sharing that podcast with your friends and family. You know, if you're new, welcome to the Cosmic Canoe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at the downloads, and I see a lot of people went back, and it's like, wow, they've got all these interviews with all these people. And you know, if you're here for the first time and you just listen to us, episode 1 was John Petrucci. You know, we got Jamie King, we got Dusty Waring, Blake Richardson, Paul Wagner.
Yeah.
Future astronaut Dylan Dickstein. Okay.
Future. Going to Mars, baby.
Amazing things. We got a lot of really cool stuff in the archive. So if you're here hopping in the Cosmic Canoe for the first time, grab a Nor. Welcome to the show. You know, we're here to have a good time. So I mean, the Tommy Pod was awesome, man. I really enjoyed it. You know, obviously I always listen to these podcasts when I'm editing them, but that's one of the ones where I found myself. I went back and I listened to it like 2 or 3 times because it was just one, as a fan of Between the Buried and Me. And let me just address that too. So there was some confusion, maybe like, listen, I've been a fan of Between the Buried and Me. I saw them play the First Unitarian Church basement back in 2005 with my boys. Shout out to Pat, Timmy C. You know, great times. Okay, I've been around a long time, and I love that band. As a band, I loved them before I knew them, and it means a lot to me to help, you know, kind of be a small part in getting their personalities out there, you know, and I know it means a lot to Daryl too. So, just want to clarify that, you know, it's, we're big fans. Okay.
Super huge.
On top of that, you know, it's just, you know, you can't make everyone happy, right? Sometimes you take it in one direction and people are hoping you go in another. If it wasn't exactly, you know, your cup of tea, or maybe you're thinking you wanted more stuff about the current BT BIM, well, look, you can get those answers all over the place, you know, but we really wanted to dive into his songwriting and what it is that makes him unique in BT BIM and outside of it. So that was kind of what we were doing. And I think I would say 99.99% of people that I spoke to, you know, either in person or online or whatever, I think they got that. So it was a great experience just interacting with everybody. And thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the thumbs up and the likes up and the like tweets and the sharees and all that stuff. It's all good stuff.
Well, let me say this too, and we are always advocates for this because listen, life is a composite of ups and not so ups.
That's right.
So even for the not so ups that we received, even for the one or two or the point whatever, that they really didn't come away with the experience that they in particularly wanted. I mean, thank you, because even you listening helped.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Get us to where we are. So we applaud you for doing that, and your critiques make us better.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how it rolls. That's how it rolls in the Cosmic Canoe. So
it's also how the canoe rose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that's what we should start saying. That's how the canoe rose.
That's how the canoe rose, man.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And, we're here to have a good time. And we just appreciate that. So if you're listening again, for the first time, you just checked it out last week, stay with us. We're going to have a lot of, the rest of the summer. When I tell you this summer, this is the Summer of the Everyman podcast.
Wavy.
It is the
Gravy.
Elite.
It's elite. We've got the Everyman podcast stacked through the summer. And, Twitch. Let's talk about Twitch while we're on the subject.
Let's do it.
We've been having ourselves a fucking ball on Twitch, dude.
Bro.
Straight
Absolute
up.
ball. Seriously.
And it's like, the podcast is always going to be, we're always going to have interviews. And we're always going to have episodes where it's me and Daryl just like this. We're just talking. We're expressing how we feel. We're having a good time shooting the shit, doing our thing. And, what Twitch enables us to do, which I've been really enjoying, is like in real time conversing with the Everyman and the Everywoman, all the patrons of the Cosmic Canoe. Seeing people from all over the world hop into Twitch, and it's a small community we're starting now, but it's going to grow just like the podcast has grown. And speaking of international community, we've got a lot of new listeners from Finland right now.
Finland, baby.
Finland, we love you. We're coming for you.
Coming.
And I mean that in a good way.
Dude, they don't even realize they're already in the canoe with us. Like
they had no idea. They had no
voyaging.
idea.
They're already voyaging through the cosmos with you and me.
That's right.
Oars flapping, rolling, clanging and banging.
Clipping and
they're
dripping.
Already there. That's it.
It's it. And it is a little trippy to wake up and you're trending in a foreign country that I don't even know what the capital of Finland is. But you know what?
I don't either.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to learn everything I can about Finland. So if you're joining us in the Cosmic Canoe and you're from Finland, just shoot me an email. My email is always in the show notes. Mm-hmm. Or if you can't find it there, you can find it somewhere. It's out there. Yeah. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, this Friday night, Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be a little bit different. This week, I'm either going to be doing a drumming stream or a gaming stream. I haven't made up my mind yet. So drop it in the comments on the YouTube, and see. Maybe I'll do gaming and drumming at the same time. I'll do one hand on each,
dude,
like a real Everyman.
Fucking multi-talented, bro.
Well, double threat. It's not even enough to be a double threat anymore. You got to be like a quad, like an octa threat.
Bro, if you can shred on the drums and play games, dude, what does that make you? That's like you should be an elite warrior for some tribe or something. Like, that's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, we're really lucky that we're not living in the days of 300 and we had like tribal warlords because we would all be working for Brock Lesnar.
Shit.
Seriously, we'd all be under Brock Lesnar's thumb. So good luck with that.
So? I think we'd be running shit, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't want to fight Brock Lesnar.
I mean, I don't either, but I still think, as long as you're there with me, I'd have a shot,
Yeah, our Wonder Twin powers would unite. Yeah, man, you never know. You never know, man. But that's a fun thought to express there is what is a tribal warlord America look like?
What if you were a tribal warlord?
Yeah.
Dude, you're already jacked as it is, so like,
oh, come on. I'm getting there. I'm doing one push up a day. It's working.
That's it, man.
That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm trying, I'm trying to get like I said, Summer 21, I'm going to have the body of Steven Seagal, okay?
Fucking abs.
That's what I'm going for.
Abs. Abs on abs.
That's right.
Do it.
I'll let you figure out which Steven Seagal I'm going to look like next summer. That's for you all to find out. I'm not going to spoil that surprise.
Are you going to be hard to kill? Under Siege.
Yeah, Under Siege Seagal. I'm going to be Under Siege mixed with Today You Die. Today You Die might be one of the best movie names ever. I still haven't watched it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll watch Today You Die on stream on Friday, and then so awesome. I can't do that without you, bro. I can't do that without you.
Nah, dude,
we'll have to save that one. So, dude, this weekend, we had a great Tommy Pod. Saturday, another Everyman and a new Everyman that I met. Haj Shabazz, man, came through, and his bro Ness.
Calling me right now.
Is he calling you right now? That is Haj. Listen, bro, we're on a podcast, man. We'll get you back later. I should call him, and I'll call him from live from the podcast. Yeah. Awesome dude. He's got a podcast episode. I'm put in the show notes. And we had ourselves a good time, dude. We smoked. I smoked maybe 20 hot dogs. We ate like 8 burgers. My best friend, one of my best friends, Joey, came over. Yeah. My fiance was here, so we ate, we drank, we smoked cigars. We had ourselves a great time. We literally solved all the world's problems on the back porch.
Awesome, bro.
You know how it is, brother.
I know.
And we had a great time, and it was one of those moments where it's just like, hey, everybody's in the canoe. Oh
yeah.
Everybody, all welcome. And I'll just leave it at that. Everyone's welcome in the Cosmic Canoe, and that was one of those days where I got to spend the morning outdoors in the park, and got myself a nice glaze going because it was hot as fuck.
That glaze, bro.
Yeah, I came home and then rehydrate and just had a great. It was one of those days where you were packed to the gills from open to close. It was a great day. And thank you, Haj, for coming through and for Ness there. But so I started the day with I'm not a big breakfast guy. I've been doing part of the reason I've been losing so much weight has been doing the intermittent fasting, which that's listen, if you're looking for somebody to give you details on that, I'm not your guy. There's a fucking million different places you can go to learn about that. Those people are medical people, food people, whatever. I'm none of those things. So if you want, that's how I've lost all this weight is fasting and discipline. So that's how I lost 30 pounds. Check it out or not. I don't know. It's worked for me.
Dude, I don't know how you do that, bro.
So you build up to it, and you get to the point now where you're doing it so long, it's just you're flying. So that's a whole separate can of worms. So we needed to get some breakfast, and I'm like, oh, where can I? In these uncertain circumstances, hard to get a quick breakfast on the go. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you know what? I remember Wendy's has breakfast now, so let's give it a try. Now I'm a big Wendy's fan. All right, it's probably. I mean, listen, I love a McDonald's. Okay, but if I had to pick, Wendy's probably, with Chick-fil-A, those are like my top tier. I've always liked Wendy's. Always like the burgers.
You're saying it like they're like on the same level.
They're close. They're not on the same level. I'm just saying like if I'm going to a burger place, most of the time it's going to be Wendy's over others. I mean, Chick-fil-A is in a class of its own. Although I've been eating a lot more Popeyes over the last year than I have Chick-fil-A. So there's that to consider.
Sandwich.
It's still good.
Sandwich, bro. Yeah.
Still great. But I'm like, you know what? Let me give this Wendy's breakfast a try. We hit it. Yeah. Let me tell you, dude. And I texted you. I said, dog.
You did. Yeah.
Anytime I text you one word, DAWG,
right.
Next text, something important is about to come out.
It's going down.
I'm like, dog, you got to get yourself some of these chicken honey biscuits over at Wendy's. They're fucking insane. And I'm talking perfect biscuit. I'm a big biscuit guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Big biscuit boy.
Yeah.
Wendy's chicken honey, done deal. They got a breakfast baconator again.
Oh,
done deal.
They do.
The shit was so good. Okay, and it comes with breakfast wedges again, game changer.
Bruh.
I'm like, Sunday, we're going to the grocery store doing our morning shopping. Getting all the stuff for the week. Shout out to Steyer's Orchard, and we like to shop local and give our business to the little guys. So check them out. But
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Actually, a lot good with it.
A lot. Absolutely a lot. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's pop through the Wendy's, get ourselves some of these chicken biscuits. And I'm thinking about these biscuits all morning. I get there, it's 10:48. I'm like, whew, we just made it.
Yeah.
And I pull up and I go, hey, my man, where's the breakfast menu? He's like, cuts off at 10:30. And I'm like, 10:30?
No.
What kind of shit is that? I would have been okay with it if you cut it off at 10. But 10:30 is like, because everybody usually, I thought 11 was like the cutoff. I personally made a rule, a rule that I imposed upon myself years ago.
Yeah.
I do not eat breakfast past 11 a.m. until dinner time.
That's right.
I will eat breakfast for dinner,
Yeah.
but between 11
Yeah.
and a potential breakfast for dinner, it is lunch foods only.
I love that rule. I'm going to adopt it now.
Well, because you gotta have some fucking rules in your life. You know? I mean, what is this? You think you're just going to be having French toast at 11:45? Where's the cutoff?
Who would do that to themselves first and foremost? But I'm
11 o'clock.
Foot down.
That's the breakfast cutoff for your boy.
That's the one.
So I'm thinking, okay, we got 10 minutes here. We're good. Nope.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to circle back. I don't know if it's nationwide because I know we were talking. You said you couldn't get a hold of it, right?
Dude, so there's no. So I went today, this morning. I had to opt for Chick-fil-A breakfast, which isn't. And we're talking. We're believing the same things.
Great,
top
great
tier,
breakfast.
Top tier. There's no degradation.
Did you get the little mini chicken biscuits, the nuggets in the little biscuit?
Dude, I got the sausage biscuit egg cheese, right? Well, McMuffin, right? Then I got the chicken biscuit egg cheese. I got two boxes of hash browns. I got two yogurt parfaits, Greek yogurt parfaits with extra granola, and 2 orange juices. That was my breakfast for this morning.
Two orange juices.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
but top it off.
I went to Wendy's first, and there was a guy out there putting up like the new morning signs in the drive-thru, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, we don't have breakfast yet." And I'm like,
They better get on it. And
bro.
I did figure out where the Wendy's is on my way to work, so I will be popping in there a little hot pop just to check.
You gotta send me the address of like that one. So
if it's confirmed, because they had the signs today that said Wendy's has breakfast. So unless they're just teasing me.
Well, how long has it been around?
I mean, a month and a half. It's real. It's real new.
Recent.
It hasn't caught on yet. Caught on yet. Well, guess what, people? We're the first to tell you. We told you about the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't lead you wrong there. I will not lead you wrong with this. Get yourself a honey chicken biscuit. It'll change your life. Well, maybe it won't change your life. It'll definitely set you off to a good start. And you know what the best part about it is? Now, again, after hearing that luscious breakfast order that you had, I like a small breakfast. So for me, it's a little, they're like, it's not a big, it's a little guy. So like you get a couple in you if you need to. But the portion was good. It was good. Good time. Wendy's breakfast. Shout out to Dave Thomas, man. Rest in peace. Baby. The original BK. Speaking, dude, I had some Burger King, and we were talking about Burger King earlier. Somebody I work with was like, "Hey, let's go grab a bite." And I was like, "All right." I'm trying to be, let's go. And I tried to pick the least lethal option on the menu. And if you haven't had Burger King in 10 years, there's no good choice.
No, there's. No, there isn't.
No, and I'm even like looking at the Beyond Meat, and I'm thinking, well, I might be the safe bet, but that could have been worse. Yeah, Please
don't tell me it's been 10 years since you had Burger King.
Dude, I can't think. This is the first. I can't think of the last time that I had BK. I mean, it's got to be,
Dude, that's just like you saying "fuck my insides."
Yeah, for real. It was just like taking a jackhammer to my stomach. It was just,
Dude, that's amazing.
But I'll tell you what. Sometimes you got to be a team player. Give it a try. See what happens. Now I know. Skadoosh. Now you know why I always keep the portable booty wipes. I've got them stashed away everywhere. I just put them in my pants, in my pockets, just in case. They're resealable, so it's a great time.
Fucking booty wipes, bro.
Yeah, well, Josh is coming. Mr. Booty Wipe himself's coming up here in a few weeks on the podcast, bringing him back. Looking forward to having a conversation with Josh again. See how these uncertain circumstances. I didn't get a chance to set up the lighting cue for the uncertain circumstances, but it's coming. It's coming. It's something I'm working towards.
We got to get EJ to do that. We got to get EJ to sound cue. Uncertain circumstances.
Yeah, we do. We sure do. We need that for sure. Yeah, man. So Saturday chicken breakfast. Sunday tried to get another chicken breakfast. Could not compete. Could not complete that detail. But I spent a lot of time watching movies.
Yeah.
Finally watched American Sniper, which, you know, I don't know. I'm embarrassed it's taken me this long to watch it.
Yeah,
it's just one of those movies. It's super. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that several times. What a film.
Dude, Clint Eastwood, all I can say, man, is Clint Eastwood can make a fucking movie.
Yeah, he can. All about the stories, bro.
But, dude, like, Gran Torino, did you ever see Gran Torino?
Yeah, dude.
One of my favorites, dude. And, you know, I just watched that one where he's a drug mule. It's called The Mule.
Oh, yeah, The Mule. Dude.
Top tier.
Fucking old fucking gangster in that one, man. Love it.
Well, and I'll tell you what. I got a lot of respect for B. Coop, you know. And he's excellent in that film. And he put on a lot of weight. Like, he put on some muscle to play Chris Kyle.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him, and the way he kind of threw himself into that role. And, you know, the rumor is, because Chris Hemsworth just finally, he admitted he's playing Hulk Hogan for this Netflix movie that's coming out next year. And, and Hemsworth just started training, and he said he's going to put on more mass than he did for Thor, and he's doing the hair, and he's doing the mustache. Bradley Cooper, the roomski is that Bradley Cooper, who's the executive producer on the film, is that he is in fact playing Vince McMahon. And he's been, when I went to WrestleMania in Dallas in 2017, B. Coops was there hanging around, shadowing Vince McMahon. He's been like apparently in and out of the circle for like the last 4 years, studying every movement, every insane thing that he says and does. And, you know, he's building that Vince McMahon database. And there's a couple times we're seeing how big he was and just kind of the way he handled himself. I was like, he's definitely playing Vince. I can see it.
He can definitely
do it.
He's always locked in.
And you need somebody like that to play a Vince McMahon type. And let me just tell you, that is going to be the film. I don't care, to quote Nelly, okay? What else comes out in 2021? And that includes, you know, John Wick and Matrix 4, because I know that Hulk Hogan movie is going to be the movie of the year for me.
Oh yeah, well, it's wrestling. That's your thing, bro.
Of course. But you know, just the idea of seeing that, you know, it just seems so over the top. Great Stallone movie.
That's what we're about.
Over the top. Great film.
Elite.
If you've ever wondered what's a film look like about arm wrestling, that would be Over the Top.
Bro, secret move. Just got to inch that bitch up.
Well, actually, I think the real secret move is when he flips the cap around.
Oh, yeah.
That's the secret to his juice.
Preemptive.
That's the juice.
Secret move. That's the juice. Activator.
That's the juice. Old Guard. It's a film on Netflix. And I use the word film loosely. It's like halfway through it, I'm like, wait a minute. Is this the sequel to Hancock? Because it kind of seems like it. No, I'm serious. Like, they're like this immortal group of individuals who have had parts in every major historic event. And
do they have powers?
Their powers is that they do not die.
Gotcha.
And you know, they were alive you know, for the Crusades. You know, all the way up to now. And they're kind of like a superhero squad led by Charlize Theron. I believe is the proper pronunciation.
Is she hot in this?
I mean, you got to respect her for her career. You got to respect her for career. Who am I to comment on a grown woman's looks? You know, but she's still, you know, she's a pro. I'll leave it at that. She's a pro. She knows what she's doing.
Those subtitles there, so I know your answer.
Dude, I'll tell you though. All these they're really going hard on the female action movie thing, which is great. You know, as an uncle to some beautiful little girls, I want them to have, you know, positive, strong female role models. Of course I want that. All right, I want nothing more than that. However, some of these fight scenes that they have these ladies in nowadays are so. It's like, and these are the same people that tell me pro wrestling is fake. Okay, it's like, you know, shit. it's more over the top sometimes in pro wrestling because it's like this 110-pound gal, you know, just knocking out a 260-pound man with one punch, that kind of thing. Just really silly things, you know. And I think it gives people the wrong idea about what that is in real life, and that maybe they may not be so afraid of. I'm not saying people need to be afraid of violence or anything, but you get what I mean. Like, people don't.
No, I totally understand.
And I think there's so much of that now in everything, just violence in general, that it's really, you know, people don't really understand what real violence is. Like when you watch the UFC, you know, or you know, whatever combat sport, pick your poison, versus some of these Hollywood movies, because the movies now they're very realistic, you know, and it looks real and it feels real, but you know, I don't know there, but definitely, you know, suggest it if you have like, and it's like my theory with Netflix, man, it's just enough to keep you there.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm glad you made that point about, you know, like, you know, females and action and violence and over the top. Sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is what I feel, or I should say what I felt when I was watching Justice League. So I love Gadot, and I love her as the new Wonder Woman. But I'm gonna tell you what, when fucking Superman woke up and just laid ass to everybody, like in that movie, and you know, Gadot got hit in the face, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
I don't know what I'm feeling.
I don't like seeing
that. You know,
and you know, it's funny because in pro wrestling, more so in the independent professional wrestling circuit, there's a lot of these intergender matches, quote unquote, where it's a guy versus a girl, and call me crazy, I personally do not enjoy watching women get punched in the face.
Dude, no.
Whether it's a film. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it makes me a little uncomfortable. Absolutely. And I get, sometimes when I'm watching these female-fronted action movies, there's only so much lady getting punched in the face that I'm willing to, you know, enjoy. Yeah. Before it starts to get a little weird.
Yeah, even Captain Marvel, like, freaking, you know, like that whole thing. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, Thanos don't play no fucking games.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, something about it just doesn't quite sit right. But, you know, I don't know. What do we know, Daryl? We're just a couple of boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Netflix, you know, this was kind of like Extraction for me, where it's like the first 40 minutes. I'm like, all right, okay. Yep. And then they start to go into the mythology, and I'm like, whoa, you're losing me. You're losing me, but not enough for me to turn this off because, you know, now the iPad's out. I'm taking notes. I'm doing other things and, you know, just kind of passively enjoying it. But I'll tell you, there's no shortage of shit to watch right now.
It's true. That's true.
I say this as we are creating shit to watch.
They're taking advantage of it. We're taking advantage of it. But you know what? I think our intentions are different in that what we provide is everything that people need, which is positivity, love, and upliftance,
and a little bit of light.
That's a word. Upliftance.
You know, everybody's got it raw right now in one way or another. You know, everybody's kind of taking it. So we like to. I mean, it's as much of a stress relief for us to kind of connect here and be able to blow some steam off. You know, so we know that's why we try to keep it light and tight here on the Everyman Podcast, bro, as much as possible. You know, and let's say we don't. You know, we'll hit shit head on when we need to.
Right.
But like I said, you want some info on intermittent fasting? There's plenty of it out there. You want some hot takes on what's going on every single thing that happens? There's plenty of that out there too. You know, but this is just a little
Cosmic Canoe.
I mean, I'm enjoying the soundboard. I can't help it. It's a little Cosmic Canoe. So, you know, next couple weeks, man, I hope you got your life vest on for this here Cosmic Canoe ride.
Yeah, bro. And even if you don't, I'll score you out of there. For real.
Scoop you right up, because we got some awesome guests coming up. And next week, Andy McKee, guitar virtuoso, makes his return to the Everyman Podcast, and I'm excited because the first time we had Andy on, you were unable to meet up for the podcast because it was during it was a weird time that we did the podcast, and it was one of the few. I think honestly, dude, I think there's only 3 times three episodes that I rolled solo for the interview on. But we are always, always in spirit together. So I think I got that backwards. Always together in spirit. Either way, it works. You know what I meant?
It definitely works. Connected. Yeah.
We are cosmically connected, baby.
Cosmically connected. No, I'm super excited about it because, again, I missed that first time around, and I hate missing things. But as long as we are siloed in the gun together, busting rounds.
That's right.
Saw how I did that. Busting rounds.
Oh, I heard it. And the cool thing about Andy is, he's such an interesting guy, but he's so nice. And, he's one of those guys, I've said this before on the pod, that like when you start getting out there in the music business a little bit, and you start meeting people and you're like, so-and-so, oh yeah, I know that guy and this guy. Everybody's always like, man, what a guy. That's always the thing I always hear is, oh, man, Andy McKee, what a guy. So, and obviously there's a lot of cosmic connections there with his, he was opening for Dream Theater. We know the Dream Theater boys. Mangini's our boy. We got John Petrucci coming up here in a couple of weeks. It's, really the Summer of the Everyman.
It really is.
It is upon us. And the really cool thing about this episode coming up is that, make sure you watch all the way to the end because Andy's going to play us out. He's gonna give us a performance on the Everyman podcast that is going to be exclusive to the YouTube, so you'll have to go check that out on the YouTube if you want to get a piece of it. But I'll tell you what, man, it's all coming together.
Yeah, dude.
We got Cat 5. We got Cat 5, and I'll tell you what.
Cat 5.
I'll tell you what.
Feet of Cat 5 cable, baby.
I was thinking, maybe we'll run it through the walls, and then I said, you know what? I like having 100-foot cable run through my whole house. I'm going to do that instead. I think that has a better aesthetic. Just have 100 feet of cable spooling out from the upstairs.
Oh, dude,
down the steps.
So awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah, and maybe on the stream this week I'll walk you all through my my menagerie of cables. Menagerie. Now that is a word.
Yeah, it is. It is. The cool thing about the fact that you're going to have the cable just kind of, lambasted throughout your home. So you now you have a reason to do really off the wall shit. Like, right. Okay, so if let's just say one of your bros comes over and like they're getting ready to accidentally step on you, stay off the cable. You can just fucking
Hey, watch the cable.
You know what I mean? You just go nuts. You can just sound like a fucking pirate. Just arr me cable, arr.
Keep off me cable, you prick.
Keep off me cable, you wanker. You know what I mean?
I wonder how many people still get scurvy.
I don't know, dude.
Scurvy.
We should do more scurvy. Like, scurvy is it, man.
Maybe we'll do a pirate podcast.
Arr.
Where it's just all in pirate. And that will be when we've truly run out of things to say. It's when we do an entire pirate pod.
They're scurvying their way through this podcast.
Yeah, well, somebody get them some vitamin C. I'll tell you what, dude. I felt. Do you ever feel like you need citrus or like your body needs something? Last night, I was just sweating up a storm. I was probably still a little dehydrated from Saturday and Sunday, and I just was like, I need to find a mango.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord, I still had a mango in the fridge, uncut. I cut that boy up, and I was down there like, just getting that vitamin C in me. And then afterwards, I was like buzzing with vitamin C power. I don't know if you've ever had that experience. Maybe I'm extremely malnourished from all the fasting. I don't know.
Maybe.
If anybody knows if that's a major problem, leave it in the comments on YouTube. Let me know.
Dude, at least your stuff is like healthy. This is like me. Like if you ask me that question, I'm just like, yeah. It was just the other night I was jonesing for a fucking double stuffed Oreo. Like 20 of them. Like 2 a.m. My body needs it.
Well, dude, I'm trying to be good over here, man.
Dude,
once you get that progress in you, you just want to keep it going. At least I do.
Bro, I inherited, the sweet tooth, whatever this is, from my fucking dad, man, and it's just been trying to conquer it has been crazy.
The sweet tooth for a sweet man.
You're way ahead of the curve when it comes to me. I need way more discipline to get on that level.
You rack a discipline.
I got discipline. Yo, God.
God. Yeah, man. So it's but listen, man, we try to practice what we preach. Open minds, open hearts, open stomachs, open doors. You know, Haj sends me a text, hey, man, you mind if my bro comes through? And I'm like, sure, of course. If he's good by you and he's good by DC, who am I to say no? You know what I mean? Kind of goofball would I be?
The trainer, like Napoleon Dynamite's, you know, forget about it.
Forget about it. Did you ever see Mickey Blue Eyes? It's a Hugh Grant. It's a Hugh Grant romantic comedy where he marries into an Italian mob family.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make him into an Italian, and they're trying to get him to say "forget about it." He's like, "Forget about it." It's dude. It's so
forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, check it out. Go. Shout out to Hugh Grant, the great Hugh Grant. What a guy. What a guy. We'll get him on the pod.
Get him on. Right next to Steven Seagal.
Listen, man, once we get Seagal,
it's over.
Everyone's coming.
Like, that's the floodgate. Seagal will be the pathway for
I think
else.
I think he's the gatekeeper to Hollywood.
Gatekeeper. Absolute gatekeeper.
Because if you can get past him.
We got these couple guys on the Everyman Podcast. You should lollipop.
Lollipop. Pop. Yeah, man. Steven Seagal, what a guy. But so listen, we had a great week. We hope you guys are having a great week. Thank you for tuning into the Everyman Podcast. You know, we're just trying to keep it light and tight, see what's going on, check in, pop out. And, you know, coming up next is going to be the Andy McKee interview. It's going to be on YouTube and Apple and Spotify and Google and all those things. And, you know, if you're enjoying the podcast, subscribe, hit the bell, ring the bell. You know, I'm trying to become a good YouTuber. Hang on a second. And I don't know where my hands are. I don't know where my hands are.
With my hands.
What do I do? You gotta hit the bell on the YouTube so you know you get an alert when a new episode drops. That's what they say. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You know, Spotify. Let us know what's going on Spotify. Leave us a review. Hit the follow button. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies.
Do it.
You know, everybody always forgets. They say, share it with your friends. Share it with your family. What about your enemies?
Your enemies need that love too, bro. They need it too.
Especially in these uncertain circumstances.
I love that. Uncertain times.
Uncertain circumstances. Uncertain circumcision. That's where we are right now, folks. If you're enjoying the ride, stay with us. Andy McKee next week. Matt Halpern, the drum fucking lord himself of Periphery.
Legend.
Mark Holcomb from Periphery coming on the pod. Okay? John Petrucci coming on the pod. All right? It's going to be a good time. So stick with us. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. Have a great week. We love you, and we'll see you soon. This Friday night on Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come see your boy. Come hang. Come hang and clang. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Until next week, my brother.
Peace.